Okay, so today we are going to discuss first the assignments which I have given. So those who have completed, that's good. Those who have not completed, please follow this video so that you can understand how the things could be done. So in this question, it's written that write a Python function to accept a string, to accept a list of numbers and replace the numbers in the list with their sum of digits. Okay, so you have to create a function in Python where you have to accept a list of numbers and replace the numbers in the list with their sum of digits. Okay, so here you can see 3 and 2 are there, 1 4 2 is there. So 3 and 2 additionally we will get like 5, 1 4 2 will additionally we will get like 7, and 2 and 6 additionally we will get like 8. So let's understand and write down the code. So I'm using an online Python compiler. First thing, we will have a list of numbers and replace the numbers in the list with their sum of digits. Okay, so first thing we will have a list of numbers. So in that case, if you have the list of numbers, so you will ask the user. So for numbers, I'm taking the variable like nums, and here you can use an function called eval. Eval means to evaluate because you want to take an input here. So you will use evaluate. Okay, or else you can write down like enter the number of lists. That is also okay. So in both the cases, we can do. So here, uh, I will take input, or else we can show like that. Like first I will ask you how many numbers you want to enter in the list. So integer input, the normal way I will show you. Enter the elements you want to add in a list. Okay, so you will get this, and we have an empty list known as L, capital L. This is my empty list, and whatever the number of elements you want to add, जितने भी elements को add करना है, in that case we will write for I in range and pass that n value. So that many times the for loop will work. Every time the for loop will work, 1 2 3 4 5, this many times the loop will work. And every time what will, when the loop will work or when the loop will run, what will happen, it will ask you to add an element. So let's suppose my number, I'm adding here integer input, it would be, so it will write down enter the element or enter the number, enter the element. So every time it add enter the element, it will ask you to add the element into your existing list. So number is equal to integer input, enter the element, and in the list we will use a function called append. What is the use of an append function? The use of the append function is to add a new element. जब हमें कोई नया element add करना हो हमारे existing list में, जो कि एक खाली list है, we need to use the append function, and we will pass here number, so that every time the loop runs, है ना, it will ask you an element, and every time it ask an element, it will help you to add into your existing list. जो भी हमारा list है उसमें वो add होते चले जाएगा, and this will continue till the number of times you have decided to add the number in a list. जितने भी numbers आप add करना चाहते हो, चाहे 3 हो, चाहे 5 हो, चाहे 10 हो, that many times the loop will run and it will add the elements into your existing list. So this is how we first create the list. See, print, if I print the list now, list, then I print the list here. So if I run the file now, you can see I want to add 3 elements. So first I add 12, then I add 61, then I add 123, 3 elements. So here it shows an L. String object has no attribute as L for I in range. String object has no attribute as L. Wait a minute. So I have defined the list here. Line number 6, it says, Oh, sorry. There should be a comma. Instead of that, I have put it a dot. So let's repeat the run again. Now three elements again. Let's suppose 12, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 1 like this. So now you see this is how my list looks like. So now the first part is over, that we have able to create a list. Okay, our list is created. Now our output will be that every time we have to add the number of elements in the list. So in this case, what I will do, so here I can just simply write down the comment list created. Okay, now it's time to calculate the or sum of the digits. For doing that, I will be taking a variable. So maybe this would be the second part of the logic. Okay, so I will just add a comment here, and there I will make a sum equal to 0 every time. Okay, fine. So I need to pick each and every element one by one. Every time I need to pick each and every element. So first, what should come? I should hold 12 and check it out. So my number here will become, let's suppose, how many iterations will be there? So for I in our list, whatever the list we have created, so the loop will run on that. So पहली बार किसको सिलेक्ट करेगा? 12 will be selected. So उसके लिए for loop हमने चलाया, किस में चलाया? In the list I use this for loop. So what it will do, it will select 12 first for loop, then it will select 345, and it will create select 121 one by one. So first time the for loop will help us to select the value of 12. So जिसको I have to store it somewhere. Let's suppose I store it in a variable called k, and I store the I value here in the k. Then what I will do here, then I will use the for loop, while loop inside this, and in the while loop I will write down till the time the k value is greater than 0. Okay, till the time the k is greater than 0, this loop will keep on iterating, keep on going. And what it will do, it will extract the digits one after the other, and extract the digits one after the other and show you the output. Like remainder, it will pick it out. So for every digit extraction, I am taking a variable digit k mod will help us to extract the digits. K mod 10, I will give you the dry run also, don't worry. Digit is equal to k divided by 10. So when we do this, digit equal to k divided by 10, so it extracts the digit, it extracts the digit and it stores here in the digit form. And then what I will do, I have taken sum variable for summing up my digit. So sum equal to digit, हम sum पे digit का value जो भी हमारा निकल के आया, extract होके आया, it will store in the sum. And the next time for step parameter, k value should be divided by 10. K should be again divided by 10, and this thing will continue in the k loop. Okay, in this while loop till the time it will have. So whatever the sum value is there, then what we will do, है then what we will do, so we know that I represents my 12. So I need to replace this 12, है I want to replace this 12 with my sum of the digits. Okay, I have to replace this 12 with my sum of the digits. So what I will do here now, I value I know that it is like 12. So what I will do here, let's suppose, uh or else we can do one thing. I'm taking a variable so that I can, I in the list is 12, or else we can make a new list here. Is it written? It should be replaced the output should come like input. If you give like this, the output should come like this. So we can do one thing. We can take one more extra list, like output list, let's say like L1 or L2, which is empty here. And what I will do here, after calculating the sum, L2 dot append function, and we will put the sum value here. Every time whatever the sum of the digits are coming, we will store it here. And after storing the sum value, again I have to initialize the sum value as 0. I will tell you why we are doing this. मैं ये बताऊंगा कि सम वैल्यू को जीरो करना क्यों जरूरी है. देखो, ये दीज आर द स्मॉल स्मॉल पॉइंट्स विच यू नीड टू नो, सो दैट यू कैन बिल्ड योर लॉजिक. Okay, so that you can build your logic. So here you see sum value is equal to 0. Now see, this thing will continue and it will go till the last, and outside this for loop I will print the existing list, or my output list. I will write down like this: output list, output list, which is my output list will be returned as my L2. L2 is my output list. See, if I run the file now, I want to add three numbers. What were my elements? First element was 32, 142, 26. So I write down 32, 142 and 26, I think, right? Yeah, 142 and 26. So now you can see the output list is 5, 7 and 8. 2, 4, 2, 6 plus 1, 7 and 2 and 6, 8, 5, 7 and 8. So this was what we are asking for and we got it. Now understand how this is done. Okay. Understand how this is done. I will explain you one by one how this thing is created. Because writing the code becomes easy when you understand the logic behind that. When you understand the logic behind that, then only things will get easier. So in this case, so you can see here, we have two lists. हमारे पास we have two lists. One is L1, which is empty, and हमने वहाँ पे sorry, not L1, it was my L. It was my L, and one more is L1. Two lists are there. So in the sorry, L2, not L1, L2. So दो list हमने बनाया है, L1 and L2. N is asking you कि कितने elements आप add करना चाहते हो. N is asking you how many elements you want to add in the list. ठीक है, कितने elements हम add करना चाहते हैं. So I give like 3. तीन एलिमेंट्स में ऐड करना चाहता हूँ. सो द फॉर लूप विल रन हाउ मेनी टाइम्स? 3 टाइम्स, क्योंकि रेंज में हमने n को फिट किया है. सो इट मीन्स 3 टाइम्स my loop will work. 3 times my loop will work. So it means it will ask me 3 times 3 different numbers आप ऐड करना है. So I added 32, जो कि मेरा ऐड हो गया कहाँ पे? L पे, because existing list मेरा L है. I used L dot append function here. So append function will help me to add the number. So 32 got added here. Next, second time when the loop runs, because 3 times it will work. Second time when the loop run, it asks you another number which is like 142, and third time when the loop run, it asks for 26. So I added 26. So 3 different numbers got added into our existing links. What is the use of the append function? It is used to add a new element. जब भी हमें कोई नया element add करना हो अपने लिस्ट पे, वी यूज द अपेंड फंक्शन, और जो नंबर मैंने यूजर से पूछा दैट इज ओनली वी आर पासिंग. और इसका अपेंड फंक्शन का ये क्या होता है कि एक ही एलिमेंट एक टाइम पे ऐड कर सकता है, एंड इट ऑलवेज ऐड वन आफ्टर द अदर. मतलब हमेशा एंड पे ही ऐड करते चलेगा. जितने भी नए नंबर्स होंगे वो एंड पे ही आके ऐड होते रहेंगे हमारे लिस्ट पे. एंड फाइनली आउटसाइड दिस लूप, अंदर में नहीं, आउटसाइड, क्योंकि सारे नंबर्स को ऐड करने के बाद जो लिस्ट मेरा बनेगा, आउटसाइड द लूप आई जस्ट प्रिंटेड इट. So it looks like the output you can see जो मेरा list आ रहा है 32, 142, 26. Like this it worked. Okay. 32, 142, 26. This is how we shown. This is the first part of our program. Now the second thing, अब मुझे क्या करना है? I have to take out this number 32 and add it and get a new value like 5. Sum of the digits बोला है, then I need to take out this 142 also and add it and get the sum of the digits. Then I need to take out 26, which is 2 and 6, and get the digit and make a new list. अब ये 5, 7 and 8, this should be included into my 5, 7, 8 over here, right? So how we will do this? This is a very general formula what I will use here. Generally what happened, मैंने एक वेरिएबल लिया sum, where I am going to do this sum of the digits हर एक एलिमेंट का. ओके, सो इनिशियलाइज इट विद 0. फॉर लूप चलाया I in range. So for I in L जब मैं कर दूं, so first time I will select this one. ठीक है, द 32 विल बी सिलेक्टेड क्योंकि हर एक एलिमेंट पे वो जाएगा. सो फर्स्ट आई वैल्यू विल बी हाउ मच, 32 विल बी सिलेक्टेड. के को मैंने आई के बराबर कर दिया, सो विच मीन्स आई वैल्यू इज इक्वल टू के, तो के का भी वैल्यू 32 हो गया. अब इसके अंदर एक लूप चला कि के को हम तब तक चलाते रहेंगे जब तक ये जीरो नहीं हो जाता है. सो नाउ माई के वैल्यू इज 32, तो ये तब तक चलेगा व्हेन इट इज जीरो, जब तक ये जीरो नहीं बन जाता. till that many times your loop will keep on running. So what I did here, k mod 10. K mod 10 means 32 when getting divided by 10. How much? 10 threes are 30 you get, and 2 is the remainder. So it gives you the remainder value. So what is the new digit? Digit बोल के एक वेरिएबल था, उस पे मेरा कौन सा वैल्यू आ गया? 2 becomes, because when we divide it by 32 by 10 we get 2 as the remainder. So 2 will be there, and उसको मैंने कहाँ पे स्टोर कर दिया? सम के साथ. So सम में ऑलरेडी 0 was there, 0 plus digit which becomes my 2 again. सो सम पे मेरा कौन सा वैल्यू रह गया? 2 रह गया. एंड k इक्वल टू k डिवाइडेड बाई 10. सो व्हेन वी डिवाइड दिस k वैल्यू, जब हमने k का वैल्यू को 32 को जब 10 से डिवाइड किया, व्हाट वाज माय रिमाइंडर? द रिमाइंडर वाज बाय 3, जो मेरा इंटीजर डिवीजन है. तो ये 3 विल गेट स्टोर्ड वेयर? इन माय k वैल्यू. सो द न्यू वैल्यू इट विल बिकम 3 नाउ, बिकॉज 2 का काम हो गया, सम कर दिए, सो वी डोंट नीड दैट एनी मोर. नाउ इट्स टाइम फॉर 3. सो ये लूप खत्म नहीं होगा, अगेन इट विल गो, बिकॉज ये तब तक चलते रहेगा जब तक ये 0 से ग्रेटर है. सो 3 इज अगेन ग्रेटर देन 0, विच मीन्स अगेन इट विल कम इनसाइड द लूप, एंड नाउ द थिंग विल वर्क फॉर 3. अब ये 10 जो है इट विल डिवाइड 3. so how much it will go? 10 zeros are 0, 3 is the remainder. Okay, so we get the remainder value which is like 3 now. So in the digit section, what we will get? We will get 3, and sum equal to sum plus digit. So earlier my sum was 2, and the new digit will be here 3, which becomes 5 now. Okay, so when it becomes 5, then k equal to k divided by 10. So k equal to k divided by 10, again we get the quotient as 0, which means now the k value has turned to be 0. So when it turned to be 0, it means it is no longer greater than 0, which means the condition fails here. अब ये while condition it can be no more true. तो 0 हो चुका है, तो अब और ये रन नहीं करेगा. So we have to come out of this while loop. लूप से जब बाहर आए, what we get? L2 dot append function. So again L2 पे अब add करना है sum का value. So what is my final sum का value now? 5. So where we are adding it? We are adding in the L2 जो मेरा खाली list था पहले. So 5 will get added. Okay, and after doing that, what we did here, basically after doing this, the most important thing, don't forget to sum it 0 कर देना है sum का value को, because if you don't do that, what would be the error? if you don't do the sum value, क्योंकि 5 तो add कर दिया, लेकिन next time अब मेरे को 142 का sum करना है, again 142 sum will be done. So in that case sum value should again be starting from 0. वो 5 नहीं रह सकता, नहीं तो 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 4 10, and 10 plus 2 12 हो जाएगा. That would be a wrong. Okay, that will turn to be a wrong thing. So you have to again reinitialize it to 0, ताकि काम होने के बाद again this should be initialized to 0. अब ये 0 से start होना चाहिए. Next time the for loop again will work. I का value now it will select 142, and as the sum value जो हमने यहाँ पे देखा है 32 के करते हुए, सेम फॉर्मूला 142 के साथ भी होगा, और वो भी सारे वैल्यू को निकाल के it will return 7, and that will also get added into my L2 part. और फिर थर्ड टाइम जो 26 को लेंगे, 26 में भी वैसे ही while loop करेगा, 6 plus 2 को ऐड करके 8, and finally when the job is done, again we will go out of the loop, ठीक है, लूप के अंदर हम प्रिंट नहीं करेंगे, गो आउट ऑफ द लूप एंड वी विल प्रिंट द L2 which will come like what, 5, 7 and 8. Okay, so I hope you guys might have got this. If you didn't got it, please let me know in the comment section or in the discussion section on the course discussion section. And if you really understood it, please just give yourself a thumbs up, because it is a very good program. So this was one of my assignment program which I have given in my dashboard. So whoever have done that, excellent job guys. You have understood the iteration part and the loops part and the list, how to evolve with the list, all these things clear enough. That's why you could be able to you could be able to do this. And whoever had not done it, you need some hint, you can watch out this part and then resolve your program. Okay, so this was the first program which I will again add on here. Okay, so okay, so now moving on to the next program, what I have given, write a Python function to calculate the sum and mean of the elements which are entered by the user. Okay, so now it says like you have to write down a Python function to calculate the sum and the mean of the elements which are entered by the user. So एक user है जिसने you have to calculate uh, you have to calculate the sum and the mean of the elements which are entered by the user. This question was done in a function, so I have not the logic I have created in this, so you guys directly know this how to create a function. I have already taught you in the previous session, so you can put this logic inside a function and then you can do that, not an issue. Here it is asked you define a function to calculate the sum and the mean of the elements which are entered by the user. So let's make a new program now. So here we go. So generally, first thing what I did here, I will be making a function now. This time I am going to make a function. So define calculate, because it's a related to some calculation. I'm taking a list which is like empty. Okay, and then calculate the sum entered by the user. Let me ask the user to enter the number of elements. So let's take integer input and then write down enter the number of elements. Okay, enter the number of elements, and then when you need to add them, you can use a for loop for doing that by using the range function. Put that n variable now. Okay, so once you add the n variable now, it will ask you to add the element. So I will add the element, take a variable like element, and then ask it what type of values they want to integer only. So integer input, enter the element. Okay, so whatever the elements are there, I'm going to add it into the append function. Okay, so I'm going to add it in the append function. The first part is done. We have created the list with the user input elements. Now they have asked us to do the sum of the elements. So sum of the elements is very easy. So I will just go out of this for loop, and for getting the sum of the elements, I will write down, let's say s equal to 0 again, same thing, where I'm going to add the number of elements. So for each element into my existing list, for element in L, what I will do, s is equal to s plus एलिमेंट. सो आई विल पिक एवरी एलिमेंट, हर एक एलिमेंट को हम पिक करते चलेंगे फ्रॉम द एग्जिस्टिंग लिस्ट जिसने हमें क्रिएट जो हमने क्रिएट किया, एंड वी विल सम इट टुगेदर. ठीक है, जो भी टोटल होते रहेंगे, राइट. एंड मीन मीन्स व्हाट, वी आर गोइंग टू गेट द एवरेज. सो एवरेज कैसे निकलेगा, सो वी विल सिंपली राइट डाउन और फर्स्ट प्रिंट द सम ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स, sum of the list elements is, okay, and then I write down this here like s. Okay, sum of the list elements, it will give me the total sum. And for the mean value, simply I need to write down print, and there I will write down mean of the elements are, mean of the element is like this message, and give the value like what I need to do. S divided by how many elements were there. N was the factor which decides how many elements were there in the list. So अगर मैं total के साथ number of observation या number of elements को divide कर दूं, then it will give me the average which is equal to my mean. So if I run the file now, I want to add 5 elements. Oh, sorry. So this is the function which we have created. So calling the function will be there. So to call the function, what I need to do, I need to call the function calculate over here. Okay. So if I don't do that, only things will be there. So now it asks me enter the number of elements, 4 elements, I want to add. Let's suppose the first value is 100, then one is 34, third is 28, and fourth is 68, like this. So my sum of the elements is 230. When you add 100, 134, and 28 and 68, you will get 230, and 230 when divided by 4, it gives the average of 57.5. So this was it. You have to create a function, you have to create the number of elements, आप उस लिस्ट में नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स को ऐड करोगे, एंड इन द रेंज फंक्शन यू विल गेट द नंबर ऑफ सारे एलिमेंट्स को आप ऐड करोगे, उस लिस्ट को क्रिएट करोगे. एंड फॉर डूइंग द सम आई हैव टेकन एस वैल्यू एज 0 फॉर एलिमेंट इन एल, एस इक्वल टू एस प्लस एलिमेंट. हर बार एस में हमने वो एलिमेंट को पिकअप करना है, एक एक एलिमेंट को पिकअप करना है, एंड वी नीड टू स्टोर इट इन द सम ताकि हम टोटल सम को फाइंड आउट कर पाए. And when the things are done, all my elements are done outside the loop, we will need to print the sum of the list elements. So हम print कर दिए sum of the list elements को, and after that I want to find the mean of the elements. So in that case we t s divided by n. So n represents my number of elements and s represents my total sum of my elements. So it will give you the average mean, and then we come outside that, and only creation of the function will not do your job. You have to call the function. So here we call the function which we have created, and there we go, we have the answer. So these are the two questions which I have given in the assignment section. I hope you guys have done this. Whoever have not done this, please go have a look in this video, and you can check out the video and get a hint and solve it step by step. आपको solve करने पड़ेंगे. Even you do it in a pen and paper और आप computer पे करो, you try to do it and solve it, then only this logic building will think. Because programming numerous होंगे, you can never do so many programmings until and unless you build the programs by yourself. खुद बनाओगे, then only you will develop the logic. At times you may fail to get the desired output, but it's not going to say like that you are not able to build something. आप गलती भी करोगे, then also you will learn. But you have to write down the code, you have to show the intent to write the code by yourself. So thank you. If I say like now, this was it in the solution thing. I hope you will see this, and if any doubts are there, please let me know in the comment or in the course discussion section. Thank you guys.